tier number 1. You got 2 players in this tier for tackle. Let's just get right into it. Chris, you ready?
Yeah.
Your number 1 offensive tackle in the draft class of 2024 is
JC Latham, Alabama. All right. I mean, man, do I love me some JC Latham, right? Let me just say this right off the bat. Again, he fits the guys that I talked about, right? He's Penei Sewell-ish. He's Tristan Wirfs-ish, right? Big, perfect body to me as far as a right tackle, left tackle is concerned. You know, again, he played right tackle at Alabama. I don't think he's going to have any problem playing left tackle either, with the kind of athlete he is. You know, you talk about the traits, right? Physical traits, sure, got them all. The as far as like movement, power, all that. But the traits we talk about that separates the really good tackles from the fringe tackle to the guard, right? There's 2 things to me that make sense there. The arm length is insane, right? At 35 1/8, right? To be 6'6", 342. So arm length insane, anchor insane, and then foot speed and all of that, right? Is real good. It's not perfect, right? So I'm going to say, too, hey, you know, I got Joe Alt number 2. Joe Alt's awesome. If you look at Joe Alt's film, he's the safer, more consistent pick, right? But not so much to me in this one where I go, wait, this guy isn't that raw to where I'm like, oh, man, I'm worried he's got to fix this, and this, right? It's the rawness was, yes, it is there, but the high-end talent and what he does and the physical ability, to me, makes up enough to where I'm going, I'm fine with putting him in front of Joe Alt. It's not that raw to where I go, oh, no, right? So that's where I feel good about it. First off, look at his body. You know I like legs and butt, and it's incredible. He moves really well. Here's the thing I would say to people, too. You know, again, a little raw. Watch the start of the season last year. You're not going to be, I told you this before the thing because I almost texted you last night. You watch the start of the year, you watch Texas, the Ole Miss game, you're going to see a few missed blocks, some bad angles in the run game, right? You know, but I'm big into like, let's watch the start of the year. Now let me put on some games at the end of the year and see what this guy looks like, right? So you watch some of that, you see all the physical traits and the wowness, you see all that, but there was some like, well, that was a horrible angle he took to the linebacker in the second level, or why did he set up like that trying to protect there? And, you know, he gave himself no chance. It was never physical questions. You were never like, oh, no, he can't do this or can't do that. You were just like, man, he's just got to get a little better in these areas. We got to the end of the year, right? When I watched Auburn, Georgia, and Michigan, forget about it. That's what sold me. I went, whoa, the guy got better at all the things that I was a little worried about. You know, he played under control, going to the second level. All of a sudden you go, nobody goes by him now, right? I'd watch pass protection and I go, oh, he's worked on his bucket step and his footwork there. And, I mean, Michigan guys couldn't get within 10 feet of the quarterback that day. Nor could the Georgia guys or the Auburn guys. And again, we know those are top-tier talent college football defenses, right?
Sure.
So that's where I loved it. And so the length, you know, the power as far as the anchor, right? Because that's the other thing I saw. Once he started to get a little bit better feel for the game, he was immovable. His anchor was the best, right? His anchor was not good some games when you saw, okay, yeah, he's playing basketball like he's playing tackle, and he gets a little like, oh, the guy faked me this way, and I'm leaning, and now he hit me in the chest, and I lost it. But to me, was like, oh, man, this guy's got all the ability to do all that stuff and be amazing at it. As you saw, he started to get better at it. He was unstoppable. And then here's the other aspect, too. His run blocking is off the charts good. I mean, out of the tackles, okay, nobody run blocks like this guy. One, he can move you on contact. Two, he's the, you know, even if he doesn't move you on contact, he then goes, wait, you're not moving. I'm going to move you. And he starts to move you down the football field, right? So not only is the pass protection, to me, elite superstar type potential and ability, the run blocking is phenomenal as well.
Finishes off double teams emphatically.
Emphatically, right? He just puts that shoulder in there and guys go flying or they fall to the ground, right?
He just turned 21 years old in February. That's a crazy thing. 6'6", 6'6", 342. He's got the pedigree, too. He was the number 1 lineman in high school coming out when he went to Alabama, second team All-American, first team All-SEC last season. So still young, still learning, still growing into that body, if that's even possible. NFL.com says a bulldozer in human form, elite drive blocking talent, PFF, same type thing. Says a dream offensive tackle physically, moves like a player who is 40 pounds lighter. And so they echo your sentiments about a guy that has been mocked like in the 20s, but you hear the scouting reports and that talent. I will say the one thing as a novice film watcher guy.
Yeah, go ahead.
The one thing that I saw, two things.
Right.
He didn't face the elite edge rushers. You mentioned those teams,
Sure.
right? But it's like, for whatever reason, Michigan,
they
Georgia,
weren't elite
Auburn
this
didn't have
year.
any like elite
Right.
dudes this
Right.
year.
Right.
So you would have liked to have seen a little bit of that.
Sure.
Number two, it's like you hear the cliche, you could call holding all the time, right? And you watch these films, you're like, yeah, not all the time, but you could probably call it a fair number of times.
Yeah.
I feel like he held the most. I don't know. It seemed like, and he's got the big hands, and maybe
I think
it was
just a little too egregious with it.
Get him locked in.
Keep him locked. Keep him inside a little bit. That's part of the rawness.
He had 18
to
penalties last year, Pete. Last 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also think he gets to a spot where on some of these too, where you see he's got the guy locked up. The guy's stuck, right? His arms are so it's not holding yet.
Yeah.
And now, Milroe scrambles and he holds him because he's like, wait, where are you going? And he holds him by accident. But again, it's stuff where, like I said, I just go that it's being picky, and I just don't have any doubt that he can clean that stuff up. Let alone just maybe be a little less, like we talked about, he manhandles sometimes people on the shoulders. It's not like 2 years ago, early this year, there might have been a few holdings where I go, that's legit holding. Like he was beat and he had to hold the guy or do something to get the advantage, right? There was a few holdings that I saw and I go, that's not holding. That's a pitiful call by the referee. That's called domination. That's what that's called, and you don't know what you're looking at. So there's some of that too.
And I can see the inverse of that too. It's where he was holding in times where he didn't need to hold,
he
right?
Didn't
just
need
take
to.
it out. You just you've got him beat.
He's exactly right.
And just push him down. Use your strength there. We've got Carmageddon 4 with a question for you.
Yeah.
Will the 2 first-round tackles coming out of Alabama, Alex Leatherwood and Evan Neal, give you pause on JC Latham?
No, I don't like to do that. One, these are different humans, different things there, right? Alex Leatherwood was a first-round pick, I think, only on the Raiders board, right?
Yeah.
Remember? Let's just remember that. Nobody had him. The Raiders that year picked 2 guys that were like, everyone was like, what? They're not in the top 45 of our list here. How the hell did you pick them? So, that's a little different. Evan Neal, we talked about already. Let's see where that goes. We know this is a big year, right? But no,
Jedrick Wills, Jonah Williams, DJ Fluker are other first-round picks in the last 10 drafts.
Yeah, and again, Jedrick Wills has been good. Jonah Williams, probably better guard than tackle in my opinion, but has had to play tackle for a lot of his career there. And DJ Fluker. DJ Fluker would be the guy where I'd go, he actually is a hair too slow with the feet and all that. Big, you like the look and all that, but it was a little too plodding and all of that. But again, no, I'm not going to, look at it and go, this is what we would have done last year with C.J. Stroud. How can I take a quarterback from Ohio State? None of them ever work out. I don't, the Ohio State quarterbacks, you can't touch them. That has nothing to do with that individual person. So you can't make an overarching theme or, judgment that way.
The only overarching theme we make on this podcast is Ohio State wide receivers. We just don't like them. We just will never like them, no matter how good they are. We just do not like them. So one thing we hold against them. So your number 1 tackle is JC Latham from Alabama. He's a franchise cornerstone. You have one more.
Penei Sewell and Tristan Wirfs is who I looked at, right? To go, that's who this guy reminds me of. He's damn special, and I expect, damn special stuff for him once he gets on the field in the NFL. Yo, homies, what's up? I know it's the offseason, but it's never the offseason on Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Me and Ahmed Fareed are going to be here for it all. We got free agency. We're going to break it all down. The draft, the rankings of positions. Of course, we're going to unpack it all. Hit subscribe, get to my free agency reactions, 2024 draft rankings, and more. Thanks again for watching. Peace out, homies. See you soon.